Today's video, we're going to talk about Microsoft ads, or Bing ads, as some people refer to it as, getting suspended right after setting up your account. This is a huge issue, which shouldn't be an issue at all. That is, if you go to sign up for a Microsoft account nowadays, there's a 50-50 shot thereof of actually not even getting your account turned on due to Microsoft's AI systems, anti-fraud systems that are there to see if your account's fraudulent or not. It'll just automatically shut you down and give you no reason for it whatsoever other than you look suspicious to our AI-based anti-fraud system. You get shut down before you ever get started, which is a shame because if you've seen any of my other videos before, I say how much money you can make with a Microsoft Ads account for your business. It's legitimately something every business should have, but very few people know about, so they don't do, which is part of the reason why it makes so much money, because the ads are not competitive and there's very good buyers there. Better than Google, actually. I'll talk about some of that in today's video as well, but more importantly, what you can actually do if you've had this happen to you and you stumbled upon this video after getting your account shut down like this. With that said, I'll talk about also some different companies, Microsoft ads, what we're running right now on that platform to give you some motivation to fix this problem. It's not that hard to fix, but it's worth it, and give you some actual information about so you can actually know how much you're going to make from your account once you finally get it turned back on. So I'm Corey Ziman, owner of Guaranteed PPC, a online advertising agency that specializes in guaranteeing results for their clients, that is, more profitability from their ads before paying a management fee, with the idea being that we get paid out of the increase in profit. We're going to bring your ads up front as a starter with our firm. No other agency offers any kind of similar guarantee whatsoever at all, which should tell you something about the quality of the information that you're getting on today's video. So with that said, Microsoft has a nasty AI-based security system to block rogue actors from setting up new Bing advertising accounts, Microsoft advertising accounts, en masse, to farm the accounts and then eventually use them for various activities. So just so you understand why Microsoft is doing this, basically a aged Microsoft account, same thing with actually Google, Facebook, they're actually worth a lot of money, which is why hacking's been such a big problem. There's hackers out there that will try to hack your account to sell it on the open market to other people that want to run ads on your account for products that they can't normally run on an account. When an account becomes so aged, the filters that Google and Microsoft have and Facebook have to see whether you should be marketing what you're marketing is a lot more lax. They look at you with a really close eye at the beginning, but the longer you go on, the longer you advertise, the less likely it is that your ads will get shut down when you set up a new ad to market a new landing page or a new website. What these people do that are trying to sell dick pills or whatever the hell that they're selling, that they're not supposed to sell on these platforms, they will actually go out and just buy aged accounts. And the people that buy aged accounts buy them from people that are getting them from people that hack accounts. So they'll say, here's an account, and really it's some guy's account that hasn't logged into their Microsoft account for the last 2 years. It just runs, the ads are just running with no oversight, and to get the hands on their account, they'll start advertising. The account will get shut down in 3 months. Once Microsoft eventually realizes what's going on, the account gets shut down and the account's burnt. And it's a good business still because they'll burn the account, go to the next one. And also what people will do is that people that sell accounts to these people that are selling the dick pills or whatever it is they're selling, they're not supposed to be selling it because it's not allowed on Microsoft's ad platform, is they'll farm accounts. They'll go ahead and create virtual credit card numbers. They'll start 50 accounts. They'll age them like a fine wine. They'll age them and then they'll sell them on to the people selling the dick pills or whatever. So with that said, it is kind of logical what Microsoft has done. They will analyze the type of people that look like a person that's farming accounts versus somebody who is a legitimate company coming through to whack the guys that are trying to farm the accounts before they get started so that they don't get a chance to actually advertise the dick pills or whatever. Because you may say, well, why don't they just check to see what they're advertising once they start advertising? And the reality is they're trying to save money and it's cheaper to just use AI to try to do their account review stuff, given they would have to pay a human to review every ad and they don't want to do that. So with that said, about 30% of the time, we're telling our clients to go sign up for a Microsoft account because the very first thing we're going to do once Google Ads is profitable is tell a client to set up a Microsoft Ads account so we can move everything we did on Google to Microsoft because it's going to work. And it's going to probably bring in 25% of the profits for our client that we're going to get from search engine marketing overall. But 30% of the time, they'll come back and they'll say, Corey, Microsoft shut down our account. And I'm going to say, oh, man. And then I'll say, well, we got to go to plan B then. Move around the issue. Weirdly enough, the workaround, once you do the workaround, I haven't seen an account get shut down a second time. So weird. Maybe it's just luck, dumb luck. But you go ahead and do the workaround plan. You'll get your account up and it'll just be fine from then on. For whatever reason, the first time they set up their account, caught up in the dragnet, and we don't exactly know all the reasons why Microsoft shuts down an account because there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Now, John Horn, which I recently just had on my YouTube Live recently, had said that one of the things that seems to get an account shut down, specifically on Google, not Bing. I didn't ask him about Bing specifically, but like if you get shut down before your account actually gets established during the sign-up process, it's one of the things that contributes to it is when they ask what your ad is, because they force you to set up an ad to set up the account, which is stupid. I don't know why they started doing that. But if you put like example.com in there, that's one of the things that triggers a shutdown like that at the very beginning stages of establishing your account. So just don't do that. Ultimately, that's the only thing that he said, were clear signs of like what correlate with accounts that get shut down versus don't get shut down in the beginning stages of setting up the account. So that's just some basic food for thought. Either way, which I don't know percentage-wise, he said how much that increases the likelihood that the account gets shut down. All I can tell you is if it happens, it happens. And if it happens, it's worth it to keep going and get the account set up. Because what people will typically do with me or try to do with me is they'll say, the account got shut down. It's too bad. And then I'll tell them, hey, use plan B. And they're like, oh man, do I really have to? And they're just frustrated already. So pissed off at Microsoft. They don't want to do it. But if you look at the big picture, what you're going to make from this account over the long run, you damn well wouldn't be turning it down if you actually saw that money come in. That is, it's one thing for me to say you're going to make 250 grand in profit from this ad account over the next 10 years running it. It's another if I sat 250 freaking grand right in front of you and say, all you got to do to get it is set up a damn Microsoft Ads account. You damn well would be beelining to get it set up if I threatened to steal it from you. But human psychology is people are motivated to not lose something a hell of a lot more than they are standing to get it or gain it. We know that from ads. Negative ads work twice as good at least than positive ads. Don't get ripped off works and pulls twice the click-through as get XYZ benefit. So with that said, okay, it's worth doing to keep going if you did get shut down and this is actually you. What's the solution? Solution is create a new LLC, which isn't necessarily against Microsoft rules, and I'll explain why in a minute. But if you're not sure what to do, reach out to me at my firm at guaranteeppc.com. I'd be happy to tell you in your situation exactly what I would do, because there are small tweaks to this that will work differently based upon your business. You may want to do a different site, whatever. I could talk those things through with you and guarantee a certain profitability from your ad account up front to go along with it. But anyway, with that said, we also, if you don't like working with agencies like ours, don't want to work with us, you can also buy one of our templates. If we've worked in your niche market before, you can literally buy the winning ads, landing pages, campaign templates that work for your niche market that another company in a different geographic area other than where you're operating is already using and getting results. You could buy it from us, copy paste it into your account and get the same results we're getting with none of the time, effort, and money it took for us to figure out how to get to those results. We've worked in over 100 plus niche markets in the last 10 plus years of running this firm. So the chances are quite high we've worked in your market or worked in a market that is related to a business that you would like to start up to diversify your income, whether you want to sell leads after marketing them up using a template we have for that, or subcontracting work out after answering the phone and taking the leads in, which is a great business idea. Or you want to get into selling product that you can easily get from China, sell it in a country that our client isn't in. So anyway, if you're interested in any of those other opportunities, you can also reach out to me at guaranteeppc.com. That said, moving forward here, you create the new LLC as the way That's the so-called plan B that I was talking about before. What you do, you're saying, oh, Microsoft shut down my account. They're not going to explain why or what I'm going to do, which, by the way, they aren't going to tell you why they shut your account down because it would allow people to game the system. Oh, let's get an account shut down, find out what we did to get that got it shut down so that in our account farming operation, we can just avoid those things in the future. So they have to be blatantly vague about why they're shutting you down there's a purpose to it. And I understand it. That said, it doesn't mean we can't, it's why they did it still. We're guilty by, crooks are ruining the world. We got shut down because some are trying to do this account farming stuff. So in my book, doing whatever you need to do to get around it's warranted. Who cares what Microsoft says? It's pretty hard to feel sorry for them anyway. That said, you create a new LLC. You could keep your same website, new LLC, new bank account, so that you can have a new debit card. You hook that baby up to a new account, boom, you're back online, boom, you're approved. It's really as simple as that. Weirdly enough, it doesn't make sense why, at least at surface level, I know why, and I understand why using the same website, advertising a new website, they wouldn't link the accounts together. And the reality is, if you think about it, it does actually make sense because websites don't get banned. People get banned, not websites. Why? Because websites change hands all the time. You can't tell me that if I bought a website and it's under the management of a much bigger umbrella company, this company isn't allowed to advertise this website. It's the person running the account that they don't like, not the website per se. Website's a website. It's like saying you're going to blame the gun for the killer. The killer says, oh, it's the gun's fault. It's not. That's faulty thinking. Really, that's all you have to do. I've never seen where the same website, got the second account banned. And in fact, I haven't seen where we set up a second account from scratch once the new LLC and bank account was set up that we couldn't get back online after that. So it's really weird, yes, that this works the way that good is what I'm saying, but it does. Ultimately, and just to put things into perspective again, if you're making $50,000 a month in profit from Google right now, you will probably make an additional $10,000, $15,000 a month profit just by moving everything you have from Google over to Bing. It's that powerful and it's super consistent. We've run dozens of Bing accounts, and this is pretty typical. Sometimes Bing will be 30, 40% of the profit that you're making out of Google and Bing search engine ads that you're running for yourself. Sometimes it's been almost half of our sales and profit, I should say, not sales. Because the thing is, your conversion rates on Bing are better because of the people that are on there are usually older, and older people are more likely to convert because they don't want to click around as much and do as much searching online before they buy. You also got people that are older and they have more money and they're going to be worth more as a customer on top of everything else. So your profits actually, even though it might be 15% of your sales volume between the two platforms, it can be easily 25, 30% of your profit. Trust me on that. So, which is why it's worth it for you. Yes, you may not like it. You may be pissy about the situation. Just go set up the other LLC so you can go ahead and run your Microsoft ads. It's the best I can tell you. And for that matter, the more you think about what you're doing with online advertising as a process instead of something that should be pleasant, the more you're going to make, because there's a hell of a lot of stuff that's very tedious that you're going to have to go through to get to where you're making millions of dollars a year for your business. It mainly sucks, and you're going to get disapproved for different ads, different stuff. You're going to have to just barrel through it no matter what. And if you do it as if your life depended on it, you'll make it work. If you want to know the stuff that you need to do to make millions from your ads, for your business, running ads for your business. You want to subscribe to this channel already because I have it all on this channel. Practically speaking, I spend 40 hours a week doing ad strategy at our firm for our clients to figure out what ads, campaigns, landing pages, all of it that work, and I share it with you for free on this channel. That's unique because 99% of the information you actually find about the topic of making money running ads for your business is given to you by people that don't run any ads, or they run a couple ads, or they don't really do anything. So therefore, the information they're giving you is completely worthless. Or you find articles written by people who are ghostwriters, and that's most of it. The people that actually do ad strategy, they just don't share what they're sharing, and I would be happy to admit it if they were, but they aren't, which is why this channel is growing so quickly now. Anyway, if you're serious about making money from ads, you want to subscribe to this channel and pay attention to it first. And I would say first and foremost, you also want to check out my blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog. The blog has even better information, step-by-step processes that we're using to guarantee results for our clients at our firm. You can also find that there with the screenshots and everything else you need to use it and do it. With that said, if you have any questions or questions about what you're doing or any marketing related question, you can always leave me a comment in the comment section. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, typically within like 24 hours time. And then of course, if you're stuck with what you're doing outside of this, want to know how to get to the next level with your business advertising it, what you should seriously consider doing is, even if you don't want to work with an agency like ours, reach out and get a 30-minute consult with me, because I can go through your entire model, the business, the marketing plan, the ads that you're running, the landing pages you're running, the tracking you're running, and I can tell you where you're bottlenecked. So you can just finally get to the next level. And that 30-minute call, I promise you, is going to be more valuable than any other 30-minute call you've ever had in terms of actually getting you to the next stage of growth in your business. Why? Because I've consulted hundreds of companies now on how to use their ads effectively to scale their business. So I can give you a lot of insight just with that. And we probably work with a company that's very similar to what you're doing and gotten you the results you're looking for already. Anyway, with that said, to wrap everything up, what I was saying here, in terms of profitability, we had a company, to give you the case study I promised you here, we had a company selling commercial lighting, T5 lights and so on and so forth. That was a particular market where literally half of our profit was made on Bing versus Google. Why? Because the search ads were profitable on Bing when they weren't on Google, because the cost per click was so high on Google. So whereas we were able to run only shopping ads on Google that made money, for the most part, we were able to run some responsive search ads that made some money. The search ads we could run pretty aggressively on Bing, and that allowed us to make half of the profit we were making as a whole on and through Bing, okay? Some markets, like we had a client in the restoration services space, where you do mold cleanup, floodwater cleanup. The ROI that we were getting on Microsoft is over 1,000%. Whereas on Google, even though it's only about 10% of our volume, so far anyway, whereas on Google, we're only getting like 400%, 500%. So it's over the double of the ROI. So if you need more ROI, Bing has it, certainly. It doesn't have the volume, but it's certainly, why do you not want those super high ROI sales that you can get, that you will typically always get just by manning up, putting the Bing ads together for your business already, even if they shut you down at the beginning, like so many people have been struggling with recently. With that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Thank you very much for watching as usual, and I'll see you on the next one.
Remember when I said running ads was important during this video? Well, this video here tells you how to do it.